Outside of China, Han Chinese are often considered to be the sole culture of the country. While China's population is predominantly Han, it is actually composed of a number of ethnic minorities. These smaller groups are culturally distinct from the Han, and several have separate languages and customs. Due to the current high levels of expansion and development in China, some feel it's important to document these ethnic minorities before they're lost. One person committed to recording the life of these fascinating peoples is Brian Schmeck, a documentary filmmaker. According to Schmeck, China's nationalities, also known as the 56 nationalities of China, include the Han plus 55 other minority groups. To find them, one must travel to the far edges of China. Here, inhabitants have maintained a way of life with minimal changes over the centuries. In appearance and language, some cultures are distinctly different from those of mainstream China. The groups vary not only in the way they look and the languages they speak, but also in the arts, such as the songs and dances of their culture. For thousands of years, isolation has preserved their traditions, but now even the most rural areas are joining the global village.
I mean, they see the outside world that they've never seen before, and they like what they see.
For a year and a half, filmmaker Brian Schmeck has been traveling across China, rushing to complete a video archive of its minority cultures before they vanish.
10 to 15 years from now, you're not going to see what I'm seeing. People themselves will still exist, but their ideas, their culture, their way of life will not. It'll be gone. And it's disappearing really fast.
The Mosu people of Yunnan province are just one of the 55 minority nationalities. A matriarchal society in which women are at the center. They have no word for marriage. The cultural mores here differ significantly from the rest of the world. Less than a decade ago, this area was rarely visited by outsiders. Now, city residents like Mei Zhou come here as tourists. For urban Chinese, spending time in these charming villages gives them a chance to enjoy nature. As a result of people's rising interest, local residents can now earn a living in the tourist industry, and they truly seem to enjoy their work. The Naxi people have lived in this mountain village of northwestern Yunnan province for at least 1,500 years. For most of that time, they've been largely cut off from other people, mainly because no road came near the village. A village leader says that children are now able to walk 2 hours to get to a new road to catch a bus to school. But he worries that after they receive an education, the young people may see no reason to come back. People throughout rural China are flooding into large cities, searching for things they know exist but can't get out in the country.
Modern conveniences, I mean, nice housing, they like this and they want to go this way. So in the sense, they're getting a better life, but they're forgetting where they came from.
For many of the 55 minority nationalities of China, there seems to be a rush to conform to the rest of the country. And that's not necessarily good if you believe that diversity is important.
They're going to be absorbed into mainstream China. You're going to see it in a dinner theater, a floor show, or you're going to go up to a tourist park, and a bunch of people will be putting on costumes to give you a little display of what was there.
Increasingly, China and the rest of the world are facing change and globalization. To think minority peoples can be immune to that transition is unrealistic. As China charts its course through the 21st century, it's important that its 55 minority nationalities don't give up their cultural heritage or discard their ancient traditions for a new way of life. The varied cultures of China must be encouraged to preserve their history because it's this diversity that enriches our world.